Victor Hugo's novel Les Misérables is going to be coming out in movie form very soon, and so I started listening to some of the music again, and there's just some beautiful, beautiful songs. One of them is "Bring Him Home," and the beauty I find of music is that you're able to communicate through music things that you can't put down in words, things that you can't say, and whatever's going on in your life at that time, you can find that music can be an outlet, and it's definitely an outlet for me. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you just this, the kind of like that progression of that song, Bring Him Home. I'm not going to do the exact melody due to copyright, but I just want to kind of show you how you can structure, how you can use this chord structure to kind of do your own improvisation. So now, the basic, I have not gone through and really transcribed exact voicings, but the basic harmony of the song is in A, starting with that one chord, then going up to the 2, then to the 3. This could also be considered the 1 chord with the 3rd and the bass. The straight 3 chord would be this. And you could go to the 3 chord, or a lot of times I like doing that 1 chord instead. So it's really just a matter of changing that G sharp up to the A. Now this progression right here, just going up and down between 1, 2, and 3 is so gorgeous, I think, anyway. And again, this is the basic harmony here is an A chord to a B minor, to a C sharp minor, or to an A over C sharp. Like I said, I like doing that A over C sharp, and then back to that back to that B minor. And you can kind of do this with an A pedal as well. So you see how you can create all these different voicings? Here's a nice A voicing. I'm putting that 9th in there. Thinking this is the B minor. Right? There's the 5th, the 7th, the root, the 3rd, the 11th of B minor. I can just move them all up a whole step like that. And I gotta be honest with you, as a composer myself, I'm always looking for advanced chords and progressions. And a lot of times I forget the simple. And this is just so gorgeous. And one thing that happens here in the melody is that octave. And the one thing that it does is it's kind of a trick. It's a composing trick that it just really pulls at your heartstrings anytime you have those big intervals. Okay, so if I went, so see when I do those big intervals of an octave or a sixth, it's gonna, especially if I have a little pause before I boom da doo da, if I pause a little bit and I give the melody or improvisation a chance to breathe, you could find that it's so powerful. You can get, it's just such a powerful sound. So it's that. Just such a nice progression to improvise over. Oops. And you see, and if you make a mistake, that don't get all hung up on that. I'm just using my A major scale right here. There's your notes. Here's that with the pedal on the A. And then they move to this like C sharp minor. It's either a C sharp minor or an A over C sharp. Again, and it stays there for a while. 2 measures. Then to F sharp minor, and then this is the powerful. that descending bass motion, the 7th in the F sharp minor. And then the real big one, the 4 chord. So let's go through that again. So basically it's again the 1 chord up to the 2, up to the 3, or 1 chord with the 3rd in the bass. Then back to the 2 chord, 1 chord, 2 chord, 1 chord with the 3rd in the bass, 2 chord. And then to this C sharp minor, or C sharp over, or excuse me, A over C sharp, however you want to think about it. If you want a little softer, you could do the A over C sharp. Or if you want a little bit more of a bite, you could do the C sharp minor. You can even do C sharp minor. Sorry. Then resolve it to A over C sharp. And then this beautiful F sharp minor with the E in the bass, then to the 4 chord, A with C sharp in the bass, then B minor, 2 minor, 5, sus4, some beautiful sounds. So let me show you something that I like to do with this. So taking it back on that F sharp minor with the E in the bass, and we end up getting to the 4 chord. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? I think it's gorgeous anyways. The D, and I'm going to the 3rd, to the 9th, to the root. Root, 5th, 3rd, 5th, 9th, 5th, root, 5th. Bring the pinky down a half step to the C sharp. Same thing going on up here in the right hand, and then to finally B minor. E with the sus4, because it does a little resolution. And then check this out. Oh, I love this sound. This F diminished. So what I did here is E sus to the E, and then the F diminished, because that F diminished is going to lead me right back up to that F sharp minor. Then I can go back to, and this is great too. This is Lydian. It's a sharp 4 on D. Listen to this sound though. Back to the 4 chord. Five chord. 5, 7. Back to the 1. B minor over the A. You can also think of this as just a D major triad. So when you start to put this together, you know, you could start up high like this. It's real gentle. Go to the C sharp minor. F sharp minor over E. 4 chord. And notice also at the end, be careful. I find students a lot of times they'll play something beautiful like that and then just like get off it so quickly. Don't be afraid to just let it ring. It's obviously a skill that's difficult. I mean, you know, potentially thousands or millions of people could see this video, and I'm basically putting myself out there, and it's just letting it sit there with the silence. And that's one of the most difficult things I find to do, especially as a young musician. When I was a young musician, like learning to just sit with that silence. Because when you're sitting with that silence, obviously a lot of thoughts go through your mind, you know, self-doubt, self-incrimination, or whatever you want to say. You're thinking like, oh, should I be doing this? You feel like you should always be playing. And I'm here to tell you that you don't have to always be playing. In fact, it sounds better a lot of times when you just let it sit. Wait before moving to that next chord, right? As the, you know, they say in theater or in dance, wait a beat. You know, it's you're not necessarily going to wait an actual physical beat, but the point is you pause, give it a little pause, allow it to breathe. So try messing around with that progression. I think you'll find that you can get a lot of mileage out of that. I did do a MIDI file of this as well. There's not going to be any sheet music of this, sorry, so please don't ask. I won't be able to write out the sheet music, but with the MIDI file, you can play it and slow it down and see the notes. If you're interested in the MIDI file, I'll put some link in the video so that you'll know how to be able to get that MIDI file. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little mini lesson, and I'll see you soon.